All right, let's talk about turning a common frustration into a seriously powerful professional skill. Today, we're going to break down how you can ask better questions and get the exact information you need every single time.
You know that feeling, right? You hang up the phone, you walk out of a meeting, and then boom, that sinking feeling hits. You forgot to ask the one important question. Ugh. Yeah, we've all been there. It's super frustrating, but hey, it's totally fixable.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. Because, asking a question, it's so much more than just getting a simple answer. It's about wielding a really powerful professional tool, one that can work to your advantage in a big way.
And just think about the immediate benefits, right? When you ask a good question out loud, you get instant clarification. No more waiting around for an email reply that might never come. Plus, you're building rapport. You're building trust through that direct human interaction. And maybe the best part? It lets you ask those follow-up questions right there, in the moment, so you can dig deeper until everything is absolutely crystal clear.
So, the big question is, how do we get there? Well, here's the secret. Success starts long before you even pick up the phone or walk into that room. It all begins with a solid pre-call checklist. And really, it just boils down to 3 simple steps. First up, identify key information. Before you do anything else, you've got to know your goal. What's the one piece of information that's a game changer for you? Is it a specific product spec? A detail about the warranty? You need to get laser focused. Okay, second, formulate clear questions. Please don't just wing it. Actually write down your questions. This helps you avoid that vague language that only gets you a vague answer back. So instead of asking something like, is it good quality, you ask, what's the mean time between failures? See the difference? And third, and this is a big one, know your audience. You're not going to talk to a new intern the same way you talk to the CEO, right? Tailoring your language and your tone makes a huge difference in the kind of answer you're going to get.
All right, so we've done our homework, we're prepared. Now it's time for the main event, actually conducting the enquiry. And of course, how you do that changes a bit, whether you're in person or on the phone.
And that context really, really matters. Look, if you're face-to-face, all those nonverbal cues are key, right? You're maintaining eye contact, you've got positive body language, you're showing you're listening. But when you're on the phone, your voice has to do all the heavy lifting. You need a professional tone, super clear articulation, and it becomes even more important to be concise and to summarize everything at the end, just to make sure you're both on the exact same page. So, what does a great question actually sound like in the wild? Well, here's a perfect example. Can you provide the specifications for the new engine model? Simple, right? But it's so effective because it's direct, it's specific, and there is zero room for misinterpretation. The person you're talking to knows exactly what you need from them.
Okay, but here's the thing. Asking a fantastic question, that's only half the battle. Seriously, because once you've asked it, you have to master the art of listening. It's the other half of the conversation, and it's just as important.
And it all comes back to clarity. Think about it. When you ask a clear, concise question, you are so much more likely to get a clear, concise answer. It's that classic garbage in, garbage out principle, right? If your question is fuzzy, you can't really expect a sharp answer in return.
Then you have to truly listen. And I'm not just talking about, waiting for your turn to talk again. I mean actively processing what they're saying. Are they hesitating? Does their tone sound confident? What are they not saying? Listening for those little cues, that's where you spot the gaps. That's where you find the perfect opening for a follow-up question that takes you from the surface level down to the real insight.
And hey, here's a little pro tip, a super powerful tool to make sure you've got it right: paraphrasing. It's so simple. You just restate the response, but in your own words. Something like, okay, so if I'm hearing you correctly, the warranty covers parts for 2 years? That one little sentence confirms everything and helps you avoid those really costly misunderstandings later on.
And throughout this entire process, as you're digging deeper and confirming all this info, you have to maintain your professionalism. Now, this isn't about being cold or robotic, not at all. It's just about showing respect. A calm, respectful vibe, especially when you're asking some tough questions, is what keeps the conversation from getting defensive. It makes sure the whole interaction stays productive, and honestly, it helps build a way stronger working relationship for the future.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Let's tie it all together with the final takeaway. After all this, why does mastering this one skill matter so much?
It's because, at the end of the day, asking good questions is the absolute bedrock of doing good work. It's a straight line. Effective questions lead to accurate information. Accurate information leads to better, smarter decisions. And all of that, ultimately, builds stronger, more trusted professional relationships. It's that simple.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final thought to take into your very next conversation. Ask yourself this: what is the one crucial question you need to ask next to get the clarity you really need and deserve?